There's always this weird moment between when you start up OBS and then you start looking into YouTube itself to see what's going on, and you're not sure, is it working or is it not? But it does appear to be working, and good afternoon, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. We are kicking off what might be an entire second week of streaming at the same time, so we're starting to kind of get into this groove. So, the current plan for today is to continue with the ISC campaign, and then maybe later on do a couple of skirmishes again, just have a little bit of fun with it. Nothing too crazy. Just enjoy, relax, and have a good time. So let's dive right back into our ISC stream campaign. Now, we did make a bit of a mistake in the last time because, well, we got into the regulation, which is a carrier. Unfortunately, it's an interdiction carrier, which is fantastic at blowing up enemy ships and really terrible at blowing up enemy planets. So we're going to have to try that in kind of soon if we want to continue to be able to be aggressive against our enemies. So, hello Manny, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Welcome. And hello Rimmer, nice to see you again. Welcome to Monday's first stream. Well, probably only stream, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I'm going to be doing multiple streams a day. I don't quite have the time for that one. So we're kicking off on our first little convoy escort mission in a carrier. That'll hopefully give them something else to shoot at while we set up. Unfortunately, it's a single... Oh, nope, we got an FFV as well. So we got a Federation frigate and an OPT. I think we can take the OPT, so we'll send our fighters off against the FFV, which should be a carrier, if I'm not mistaken. This is my first stream for you. Well, it's very nice to have you around for the first time. So, yeah, we are currently in the regulation, which, as you can see, is not particularly the most kitted out carrier ever. For fighters, we are fantastic. I mean, we've got 16 caveats, and the caveat fighter is a pretty gosh darn decent fighter. Unfortunately, well, that's all we've got going for us. We're down to 6 phaser X or 8 phaser X's and 6 phaser 3s, so not exactly the highest height of firepower. So let's get our fighters off on the killing. Go attack and attack and attack and attack. You are at the end of the day completely expendable, and we'll take on an OPT, which should be what, 2 phaser 3s and maybe like a missile launcher or something. Hello Laurendell, welcome to the stream. You've caught us just as we began. So we are kicking off the first mission here with the ISC in the regulation. Yep, 2 phaser 3s, 2 missile launchers, and an AMD. Well, 2 of them. But I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. We should probably send a probe off that way to see exactly what our caveats are getting into. So we'll send that on along shortly. Let's make sure we don't forget to set up our forward shields for some defense, should we actually need it, which I don't think we will. The caveats are already engaging at maximum range using their phasers, because they're not exactly the most clever people ever. Do you pull when you choose races, or is it by whim? So we started an ISC campaign a long time ago, so that's what we keep up with the stream. For the normal episodes, though, I do ask if people have a specific want to what they see. There are some restrictions and limitations. Like, for example, we're not going to do Klingons until the end of Series 2, because it's going to be Klingons versus the Federation. And I generally like to not do the same thing twice in a row. So if we did Lyrans versus Hydrans for Season 11, and this season we're doing Marak versus Romulans, I wouldn't have done Marak versus Lyrans, because I would be doubling up on a faction. Greetings, Peacekeepers! Simmons, welcome to the stream as we slowly trundle our way in towards this freighter, which is actually outrunning me, which is kind of sad. I think the caveats have already taken care of their targets, so they're good. And then we can fire everything. Oh, I forgot to overload the phasers. But that's okay, I've got a plasma torpedo I can shoot backwards. Oh no, I had 2 plasma torpedoes. I guess I must have missed the icons. I didn't even know it was available. So we're just going to continue to blast away. Oh, the caveats are back. Hi, guys. In fact, if I can pull you back inside before I blow up this freighter, then I won't have to worry about having to restock you, which is very, very expensive. You are very expensive fighters. Get back on board. Don't die. If you die to a freighter, then somebody's going to get demoted, and it ain't going to be me. So we got our phasers set up to overload. We'll come in with one final run. It might take 2. He is, after all, an armored freighter. But we've got him well away from the rest of the convoy, so everything is nice and safe. Got him. Alright, so, convoy mission out of the way. Something nice, easy, and simple. Took no damage on the actual hull. Took no damage to the caveats, because the caveats got home in time, which means they're at full power again. So we'll head on out towards enemy space. Unfortunately, sieging a planet is not something we're going to be able to do right now, because we have no heavy weapons, and fighters will not get close enough to the planet to actually bomb it, which is kind of annoying. I've been looking into actually finally following up on what I said I was going to do with actually changing the fighters' appropriate date in which they show up. Well, this is an interesting combination. We've got a large gauge monster and what appears to be a luxury freighter. But yeah, I've been finally following up with actually taking a look at fixing the fighters so that each era of ships gets better and better fighters, because it's kind of weird that ships have Hawk 3s only on very specific ships and everybody else is using Hawk 1s. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix the missile problem where everyone's using slow drones, but I can go in and just explicitly modify certain ships so they have different fighter setups. The problem is that the spreadsheet for that is really long. It's something in the order of like 8,000 lines, or yeah, 8,000 lines with 195 variables for each line. So there's a lot to run through. Fighters for the win. Yes, indeed. Fighters are amazing for anti-ship work. Tarek is the balance team. I am not the balance team. I am just the I want my stuff to be more deadly and dangerous team. But can you imagine if like the Hydrogen ships all had like specifically made fighters for their era? It'd be terrifying. And it'll be terrifying in a good way when I finally get that working. My brother is actually pretty big into coding, like that's his job, and he has suggested that there may be a way to actually make it so it automatically randomizes the fighters every single time, so that you never know what you're going to face, but I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. It'll be interesting though. Oh, we should probably actually get the fighters out. You're a Hellbore monster, so I'm going to just dump fighters on top of you, because at the end of the day, that's just a medium, it's a medium drone freighter, so I'm not all that terrified of what he's got to throw at me. Send a probe. We'll figure out exactly what it is we're going to get involved with, but I think it's going to be like 2 drone launchers, and he's already missed. No, it's a single drone launcher. Never mind. Oh, that's even worse. So you're a large gauge monster, so you should have, I think, 4 Hellbores. I only saw 2, or maybe I miscounted them. They do tend to overlap a little bit. So we're just going to roll right up on you and hopefully destroy you. A single G-Rack is all he's got. Very, very sad for him. Yeah, I finally broke out the ship list into Excel to see exactly what I can do with it. Because before I had been trying to use Notepad++ to mod things, but the list it's formatted properly, yeah, but it's really difficult to work with for people. But you can actually dump that thing into Quattro, and that's what I did. So now I actually have an entire list of things. But again, it's like 8,000 ships long. It's like, how the heck did Firesoul do this in the first place? Like, did he manually go in and do every single one of those things? Because it's crazy long. We're going to build up enough prestige so that we can run home and buy a heavy bombardment cruiser. That's my plan. Because I need to get out of the regulation if I want to start hitting that planet again. And I do, because we need to take planets. Otherwise, we're never going to finish this campaign against the Federation. So who are we fighting? We're fighting the Romulans. Interesting. We've got a single heavy cruiser, which is currently using the one of their traded D7s, which they modified into being much bigger and deadlier. Alright, can I get some speed out of the ship once the capacitor's ready? Who cares? We don't really need the capacitor. We don't really need any of these weapon systems, because the fighters are going to be the ones that are going to do all the work. We're just here as a bus to get them close enough. Unless, of course, somebody's packing point defense systems. That would be bad. That would actually be really, really bad. You could probably do it with XL if formulas. Yeah, you probably could do something with that. So he wants me to... He's been trying to get me to learn some coding. So I know a little bit, but nothing like he does, and he's been helping me sort of dip my toes into that a bit. So, and we have the nice little nebulas off in the corner. So we got just a whole bunch of frigates, but unfortunately frigates are often escort ships, so that's a bit of a problem. Because the escort ships tend to have D-type plasma torpedoes, and if they do, they'll butcher my fighters. Hello Josh, welcome to the stream. Always nice to have the rest of the crew. We have our chief engineer back, so he will go on and fix everything, hopefully. Hopefully we won't actually need his services, and he'll be able to just sit back in a deck chair and chill out with a margarita or something and just relax as he absorbs the radiation from the warp core to tan. Something to that effect. Alright, are we up to full speed? We are about to be up to full speed. 31 fighters can't actually make it this fast. Apparently in Starfleet battles, fighters can only move so quickly or they are destroyed. So apparently in Starfleet battles, you can tractor beam fighter groups and then run at full speed and blow them up just by doing that. What's your thoughts on Star Trek Legacy? That's the console game, right? Played it a little bit. Not a whole ton. I mean, it looked nice for when it came out. It didn't really feel like it was super in-depth, though. But then again, it wasn't trying to be. Yeah, I need those rads. We are in space now. You need all the rads so that you can mutate yourself into a powerful, deadly creature. I think Josh is going to be very busy repairing fighters. Yeah, man. I played a little bit of it. I wasn't incredibly impressed with it. Like, I enjoyed it because it was eye candy for the most part. Oh, it's a Mauler. That's interesting. Well, let's get everybody to kill, please. I don't need defenses. They're all shut off right now, so... And you can go attack him. Now, let's make sure our phasers are on overload. So he's a Mauler. Not too dangerous right now. So we should be able to just lay him up. Although it looks like they're going to take out that FLG first. So we did about 73 damage to him. We didn't actually get all our weapons involved on that attack, so we can actually do a little bit more. So it looks like our Alpha Strike is something in the neighborhood of 85, which is not bad. Our fighters, of course, have an Alpha Strike of you're dead, so much, much better. They can destroy a lot of things. I think, we ran over a battlecruiser? Did we run over a dreadnought in the last episode, too, with these guys, and they just gutted them all? I'm fairly certain that's how that turned out. Let's slow down even more so I can get a little bit more power. We, of course, do not have a fully rigged system yet. And phase capacitor not filling up as quickly as I'd like. Oh, we still got him, though. Alright, time to call the fighters home. That way they're not damaged when we move into the next mission. I won't actually need them at this point. Everybody get back on board. Get back on board the battle bus. And the fighters finish the job. Fighters are amazing. These caveats are really, really good. Like, they're hilariously powerful just because of all the Gatling phasers they have on board. They need to fix the fighters in your spare time? I think that would be reserved for our hangar officer. You know, there would be a person who was in charge of shuttle operations. I mean, you don't get a nuclear sub-engineer to go fix F-22s now, do we? And that also leaves positions open for other people who want to take positions on the ship. We've been steadily and oddly coming up with just a nice little crew running together, which has been rather interesting. Alright, let's see if we can't get this planet completely surrounded by us. Because that will make it easier to siege when we finally do come back here to kill things. I kind of wonder what an asteroid base assault would be like on fighters, but I get the feeling I'd lose them. Alright. Lauderdale, you want to be the air boss? Is that what I'm hearing? Alright, so we got a whole bunch of light freighters here. Got two armored freighters and two of the big canister freighters. So that shouldn't be all that. This game could do the all fighters return shortcut. Yeah, it could. It could do with a lot of fighter commanders. So fighters were never quite fully fleshed out in a way that I would like. I want more control over them to do stuff with. So Lauderdale's going to be CAG. So he's the air boss on this one. So where is that escort? I assume he's going to show up at some point. Oh, I think... Oh no, for a second I thought he was turning. But no, he is not. They is just cruising on through. We need more power, more speed. We're falling behind this convoy. Let's get it all up to maximum speed and power on this one. And maximum speed time. Yeah, I was looking through some of this old Starfleet battle stuff, like the actual rules on fighters and stuff like that, because I wanted to mod them a bit. And I thought I knew this before, but I was moderately amused to find out that apparently just what Starfleet battles did for fighters was, okay, we have A-10s and F-18s and F-15s, and we're just going to use them as space fighters. I thought that was a little bit amusing. So do they not have a Q-ship or something? I can't imagine they don't. Is it a completely undefended convoy? Is that what I'm looking at? Oh, there's nobody protecting this convoy. Who came up with this plan? Somebody needs to be reprimanded. Because that's kind of sad. Alright, let's just get our fighters out in attack mode. There's no defense. We're just going to run in here and kill everybody. Alright, so just a little bit of light phaser fire coming in from them. I'm going to go take out these armored freighters off over here. We don't need to worry about the people up front. The caveats will take care of them, I assume. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot of control over them during these convoy missions. You can blast all you want of me. You're not going to get through my shields. Phasers to overload. We're going to just run them right on over. We might actually have enough power to kill them. Maybe. Could be close. Hey, we had enough power to kill them. So that's the first armor freighter down, although our forward shield is a little bit dented from that. So let's give ourselves a little bit of shield reinforcement so we can just continue to come at these guys. So. And I anticipate this will be short. Yep. You guys gonna kill him on your way through too? These caveats, they're just ridiculous. Not anymore, that's Lauderdale. Yep. We now have an official person who's in charge of our fighters. So he's the one who's gonna take care of Patch and all those. So So at this point, Josh is just going to sit back and hopefully not have to do anything. And then we'll sell this ship and buy a heavy bombardment cruiser, and then Lordell will not have much to do. Oh, Josh, you got a job. I did not realize just how little armor this thing had. We got repair engines, and wow, he damaged everything with that. Let's slow way down. We don't need the speed anymore. Oh, we're almost. We've got them down to just 2 fighters left, or 2 ships left. They're both armored freighters. As well as an ace pilot myself. I'm just pitching sometimes. And how much... These... Oh, that's why, because he's back in triple phaser X's. I was wondering how he did so much damage. There we go. And let's call the fighters home so that they'll get back before... and they're teleporting home, right? We didn't actually lose that squadron, I don't think. I think they just teleported back inside. Because I hear the little swoosh sound that it makes when they land back in. Alrighty, so 150 prestige, that's what's not worth it. But we did take the tile, so... Small gains. Lots of convoy raids around this place. I suppose we're pretty well equipped to do it. I mean, we can't attack planets, and going after major installations is not really in the cards. Oh, there's a freighter. And yeah, he's cruising along. We'll just take all the power we can get. Phaser capacitor can charge slowly, and who cares about the eyes? Make my own custom fighter. Funny you should mention that. You can actually change the fighter model. And I have a... When I downloaded one of the packs to see just what kind of models I could get my hands on, apparently there's one that has like an X-Wing in it, a TIE Bomber, a TIE Fighter, a TIE Interceptor, and a Viper. I mean, I'd have to change an entire class over to that, which I kind of don't want to do yet. But yeah, it's not too much work, apparently, to swap out these things. There you go. Who are you? We finally actually found some competition. Never mind. I was about to say, some competition. Nope. This is a galactic survey cruiser. He's got like 2 photon torpedoes and 2 missile launchers at this point. He is pretty pathetic. Let's increase the speed of time on this one. Yeah. Oh, he's got to be... No, he does have the 2 photon torpedoes. So 3 missile launchers. I am shaken in my space booties. We're just going to roll up on top of these guys. Calm down, calm down. I'll take care of you in a second. Pretty pathetic ship. The fighters are not going to listen to me, though. Like, I'm going to order them, but they're not actually going to go for him. They're going to go for the middle of the convoy and do whatever the heck they want. Oh, hi. Hello, goodbye. That's always an amusing part of this. Oh, and you have fighters, too. I forgot. Let's go kill them, please. One more set of fighters. To be fair, the Federation fighters actually look pretty good. So, are you guys going to kill him, or what? I mean, he does have a pretty decent amount of firepower for what he's got. Alright, we can slow down. We don't need this kind of speed. You're ace after all. So, by the way, did anybody catch the episode of Rogue Tech that we put up today? Because I'm curious to hear if anybody has any preferences on the new format we kind of have going. So... The first episode of Rogue Tech was an hour long, mainly because we had to explain a whole bunch of things. And the second episode of Rogue Tech was also an hour long. So, I want to know what people think about that. We need to get you home, because you're only one left, and that's dangerous. Get everybody home. Hurry up. See ya, Manny! So, let's see if we can't get him all back on board before the GSC, or the GSC manages to destroy him. We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 3 missiles there. And I'll dump a mine right in your face. Pop. We're gonna take a little bit of damage because we have no armor, but that's fine. Just gotta get our caveats home. Are you not paying attention again? Defend me and now return. Get back on board this ship. Right now, mister. There he goes. Now he's turning. They get confused at odd moments. Not watched it yet, been busy all day, but we'll catch it after this stream. Okay, that's cool. Josh liked it. It's a little weird to be recording for that long, though. Get back on board. I think we're down to just 1 fighter left, right? Yeah, we got 1 freighter left, and then we got the GSC. Really like 1 hour vids? See, I'm a little bit torn on that, because I've watched Baraduel's Rogue Tech streams, but if I ever fall behind, it feels so difficult to get caught back up. Just because it's like an hour every single day that you miss. That must be me and the fighter going at you, alright. Apparently. Get back here immediately. We have to actually defeat the enemies. Although, to be fair, he's not all that dangerous, although, to be frank, neither are we. Without the fighters, we have a very weak ship. It's not designed to actually do any combat. It's meant to just haul things, dump them off, let them go do the killing, and then fix them when they're done. And he's now us with a couple of photon torpedoes. But that's okay. The only thing left is a single PT-3. What could possibly go wrong? Now, after we destroy the PT-3, I might be able to dump the fighters on top of the Galactic Survey Cruiser, but it might be a bit close. Get the spare fighters and pilots ready to go. It's how much longer until that's going to be ready? They're almost done with the last squadron. I'm not quite sure what their current numbers are at. I'm gonna have to check that out next time I dump them out. So gonna fighters are done. We'll kill this prime trader real quick, and then we'll take care of that. Ooh, didn't quite have enough damage to kill him. Really do need every single shot we've got to knock him out. And phaser 3s. Not enough. Alright, we're gonna need them phaser X's. Let's slow way down. I'll dump the fighters, but I don't think they're gonna actually try and go after him. Alright, that's our nice little squadron of fighters. All ready to kill something, hopefully soon. They're just kind of sitting there, which is always a little weird. Well, they killed his fighters. So that's been taken care of. And we should be able to wipe him out at this point without too much trouble. Are we going to come in for something? Oh, he's beaming up mines. Stop hurting my fighters. Especially not my little tiny one, which there's only one left. Guys, seriously, show some self... Well, we lost a fighter group. All I wanted was some self-preservation. Nothing too crazy. Just blast at the giant ship that can shoot you back and ignore the freighter for a bit. But no. No, you had to try and do something crazy. Welcome to the stream, Maladric. We're just sort of cruising around and doing a couple of little convoy assaults while we get up enough cash to, well, sell this ship and get a heavy bombardment cruiser. So that we can actually engage enemy targets. Oh, he's actually causing quite a bit of damage to us, although that should be best. Are you guys rushing off to the edge of... That AI sometimes. Like, why? You can't leave. Get back here. Get back here right now. They're making this more difficult than it needs to be. If only the AI actually paid attention on these missions. I wonder what breaks in them that they can't seem to stay on. And this is also, as far as I'm aware, the only mission type where the AI can actually leave the map. Because I've never seen the AI actually escape before, not even in like an ambush mission. So there's something weird about fighters that causes them to try and get away. Will you fire your Gatling phasers on your way in? No. Oh, you're just gonna sit here with me. There's this last caveat. Still heading away from me, it appears. And I'm getting shot at. Okay, you guys can come back right now. Defend me. And now return to me. Oh, hi, we're carrying a couple of missiles. I heard the tractors go on, but I wasn't sure what we grabbed. Shields keep dropping, but this should actually bring us enough cash in order to get our new ship next time we pull back into dry dock, which we need to because we're missing a whole bunch of fighters again. They're useful one-shot entities. Haha, you missed. From relatively close range, too. Right, caveats, come on, get back on board. I need to send you back out in massive waves. Photon torpedoes, okay. And they're out. Okay, Mr. Galactic Survey Cruiser. It's not a terrible ship. In the early era, it's not a terrible ship. It's not a great ship by this point because even a heavy war cruiser or heavy war destroyer is just going to rip it apart. Okay, don't have any of them quite ready. How long? It's going to be a little while. I was going to ask, have you ever... Yeah, I've heard of Battlefleet Gothic. I've actually played Battlefleet Gothic. I had originally intended last year, I think it was, to feature Battlefleet Gothic on the channel, but then it just kind of never came to be. I decided that it probably wasn't worth trying to get into since I was so sort of niche into Starfleet Command already. Alright, will you actually go after him, or are you just going to sit there? I know your pilots are not that smart, but get yours back here. Yeah, we got Laurendale now trying to wrangle him up. Welcome to the stream, Jean, sorry. Like Jean-Luc Picard, as we were talking about the one time. We're just doing a couple of convoy raid missions, and the fighters are, of course, being incredibly stupid because they don't understand how to convoy raid. Not quite sure why, but it's true and painful. In the meantime, we're having to rely on our 8-phaser 1s, or 8-phaser X's, which are currently 7 at the moment because one of them's blown up. Okay, you got missiles out. That's fine. Love me some Gothic. I'm an Eldar Scum. I played Imperium because I'm a guard player on the tabletop, so I may as well support the Navy. Although Eldar was ridiculous. There we go. Now we can get out of here. Head back home. Get things patched up. Now we gotta get rid of these fighters. They're just unreliable. No Orklev here? I don't think so. Who would support the orcs? They're orcs and brutish. The one thing that I definitely remember from when I was playing Battlefield Gothic was just chain ramming. Because it was such a great technique. It was to just ram, hit the boosters to ram a target, then stop, then hit the boosters, ram a target, stop, hit the boosters, ram a target, stop, over and over and over. Hey, there it is! Finally. It's been forever. We'll trade in that. We've got our XCB back. The Joinder. Which is a really weird... Oh, well, we can't have everything. Get a cool ship, you don't get the cool name. Also, to be fair, the ISC really don't do cool names. It's kind of weird about them, but they're just not into that whole thing. So now we can actually seize the planet again. We start pushing this campaign forward instead of just sort of cutting around the edges. Back to the map and back to the target. Speaking of which, what are you currently at? 56. Oh, that time that we spent just out in the middle of nowhere, and it's up to 56 again. How is it the Federation planets recover their Empire defense so quickly? We're being supported today by the USS Jackson, Federation vessel, against a BCV. Interesting. Okay. I'm still somewhat amused by the fact that the ISC gets help from everybody, but also has to fight everybody. It makes no sense. Am I already at speed? I think I am. Cool. So we'll get some forward shield reinforcement going on. We'll start setting up our secondary weapons. Actually, we'll do that now. So, oh, they're not set up. Okay. Let's quickly do this on 3. And set to enveloping mode. This and this. As well as this and this. Onto 2. And then all the phasers can go on 1. Because we don't need that much accuracy. We will set up these onto overload. So we got the aft-firing ones overloading pretty hard. And the forward ones will be on normal mode because we need the range. What would be a good one for the ship? What, for the name? Well, it's a heavy bombardment cruiser, so something that would invoke Hellfire. I'm in the middle of playing Loyal and Chaos. And Rimmer apparently was our orc player. Because he wants to fly ramshackle junk. Sorry, no, orcs were pretty funny. Orcs are still one of the most amusing factions in all of 40k. Which, by the way, they're getting their codex. I think it's like, what, next week? Next week the orc codex will be out? Gotta love a faction that makes things go faster by painting it red. Yes, exactly. And you can be more stealthy by painting yourself purple. Because nobody saw an army that was painted purple that defeated another army, so it must be stealthy. Alright, let's kick on the... actually, let's kick on some electronic countermeasures to mess with those photon torpedoes he's got. And shield's already rigged. Okay, so we are mostly good. We'll pick up a little bit more speed. Jackson appears to be kind of lagging behind. Not really, he's just off on the side. So he's launched his Hawks. They're only Hawk 1s, I believe. So not particularly useful to anybody. And incoming photon torpedoes. Decent number of hits. My Space Marines are purple. Really? What's your chapter then? Let's get these open up. Oh wow, he's already opened up. Nice job. That's what heavy photon torpedoes do. Oh, the heavy photons are amazing. And I'm gonna do this. Haha, you can't stop that fast. So we took a little bit of damage to ourselves to do that, but it was totally worth it in my book to basically dump our plasma torpedoes at point blank range so he wouldn't have time to shuttle. Come on, let's get... Ooh, one miss. Oh, there we go. One more pulse. Got him. Alright, so the overload worked flawlessly. And he's pretty badly dented up. The Jackson has lost a shield. Just goes to show that even small fighters are pretty gosh darn deadly. And we'll slow down our speed so we can come back in here. If anyone can think of a good inspiring name for the ship. Soul Drinkers. That makes sense, I guess. Your weapons are ineffective against Chaos Armor. Oh wow, this BCV is about to have a very, very bad day. Oh, you actually might be able to take them all out, because it is a stern pursuit. But then the photon torpedoes got in there. The Jackson. You are astonishingly powerful. Heavy phasers to finish him off. Alright, on to the planet. Let's maximize the speed of time, and we'll just rush on in there. And the planet is a PLPH, so we will have quite a bit of firepower. So we should be just fine, despite that, because we have enough energy all around. It is a PLPH, isn't it? It's not shooting at me. No, it's just PL-15. Okay, full speed. We don't need it. We don't need any of our defenses. Just run. Love to see a crossover of Star Trek and the 40K universe. That would just be everybody dying. Like, 40K is the craziest world out there for sci-fi. There's nothing that can win against it. So, 40K always wins. That's the rule. I will set all of them to overload at this point, because by the time we pull into a parking orbit, we should be good. Oh, let's not rush too frozen to this. But I'm doing all the mutations and everything. So you're doing evil Soul Drinkers. Well, they already are evil, aren't they? I don't follow Space Marines all that close. The main thing that my club ended up being that the top Space Marine player, we had one guy who did 1,000 Suns, and another guy does Death Guard. Well, would you look at that? That went down quick. Down to 7. Down to 6. Should be shortly, and we'll be able to take him again. Oh, that worked out very nicely. Chaos Federation, diplomacy for the Blood God. That's because the guard outguns you. Alright, send in the Marines. Oh, we're not in range. Let's get in range and send in the Marines. And beam. Alrighty, so that's a planet taken successfully. That'll start working back against just the massive amount of Empire defense he's gained on that. So we will hopefully keep taking it from him. The fact that it went from, I think we got it down to what, 31 at one point, and then we left it for like one cycle and it was back up to 41. These Federation planets are rough to grab. Maybe we just gotta completely isolate it completely and entirely. Because I seem to remember it was pretty difficult as the Romulans to take Federation planets too. Just they kept coming back all the time. So I'll pop over here. Yeah, we'll take a patrol. Just a real quick one. We should probably go through the nebula to isolate it there too. Because the nebula is going to be the place where it's really difficult.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, mission complete. We are successful. It happens on occasion. I'm not quite sure why it happens, but it does. I guess it just doesn't load in an enemy force. And you're perfectly fine at that point. But we didn't make anything from it. Hi, nebula. Convoy raid in the middle of a nebula makes perfect sense. Hopefully we won't run into anything too big. Although, I wonder how effective our our PPD is going to be in the nebula. That'll be an interesting question. We got freighters, whole bunch of freighters, and nothing too big. Couldn't stand nebula missions. Lack of shields just makes me anxious. Yeah, it's something that makes everything really dangerous. Because everybody can hurt everybody at this point. I mean, it's down to your armor. And how much armor do you really have? Alright, so where is the enemy escort? There he is. It is indeed a heavy cruiser, and we're looking at an NCV. Well, that's actually not bad, because it's an NCV. It was meant to have fighters, and it no longer has fighters. Well, let's pick up the pace quite significantly. We don't bother with enveloping torpedoes, but we do need to rush on in here. So the NCV, he's lost most of his firepower. Racking the nebula is fun with drone decay. Oh yeah, it's just an absolute riot. Alright, lock you up. Hit him with the PPDs. Oh, we got some accuracy. Oh, look at how fast he's rushing in on this one. Gatling. And come on. There we go. Oh, the fact that it's guaranteed hits after a certain point is just way too strong. Well, not too strong, but it makes things much, much easier. So let's fire the pseudo-torpedoes to cause you to emerge. Oh, no, you can't. I forgot. Never mind. You can't launch shuttles in the middle of a nebula. Alright, so I should be able to kill you relatively shortly. Oh, it didn't quite kill you, so we're going to need a little bit more firepower than that. You're dead. How about you? I want to select him, please. And he can't stop us because we have a D-type plasma torpedo and it's in the middle of a nebula. Are you in range? Not quite, although I am heading towards you. I don't have to head towards you. Come on, give me a shot on that plasma torpedo. There we go. So we're just going to cruise through this and kill everybody. It's going to be easy. Hopefully easy. Let's try not to get too close. And oh, God, I did not see all those Gatling phasers. Another phase of 3s. I misread 3 as G. So I feel much better now that those are not Gatling phasers. He's having a bad day. Oh, we need to slow way down. Let's start charging all of our other weapon systems, please. A little bit more damage and we'll be just peachy. Yeah, he's doing a speed of 9.6. He's really screwed just by the fact that he's in this nebula and he's a carrier. So whoever at Starfleet Command came up with that plan, somebody needs to have a talk with him. I don't want to blow him up while I'm facing him with my currently almost, well, now my currently gone shield. Gatling phaser, I just need a little bit more power. Still didn't kill him, wow. Let's just maximize the speed time on this one. We've already taken out the escort, so we're good at that point. And we'll get the PPD to engage him soon. Let's pick up the pace a bit. Message retracted. We don't need shields where we are going. Okay. I think the shields will be just fine. I don't think we needed them. We don't need the shields. Especially not with all our defenses. So get in a little bit closer. Start getting. Didn't quite get him. But the phasers, I assume, will take him down. There we go. And where's our NCV, buddy? Oh, way off in the distance. Doesn't matter. Plasma. And PT3. Oh, he's an armored freighter, so he might be able to survive a little bit of firepower. We'll come in with it. Oh, nope, we got the PPDs ready, so... Just look. PPDs on maximum speed are just ridiculous. I'll get that in there. Took him down. Last one. Oh, he's doing a speed of 6.1. I don't think I damaged him. Would you like to seriously tango again? He's firing photon torpedoes in the middle of a nebula. Let's just get a little bit closer to make sure that we actually get good shots here. And plasma. Still not dead, but he's losing most of his power. The fact that he's in NCV really screwed him. Just truly screwed him. I mean, he's got a decent amount of firepower anyway, but that's not going to help him enough. So, last of the small freighters. They're actually fairly tough, though. I say that and blow them up in one salvo. But the fact that the PPD, once it's hooked on, does not lose target is just so fantastic for nebula fighting. Now, of course, there is the downside that... actually, no, we have no downsides. We're a fantastic ship out here. Nebulas are our home. I mean, not having maximum shield is kind of sad, but when you can do that, who cares? With any luck, we'll actually steal this nebula from them really quick. That way they can't resupply the planet, and hopefully that'll work. I don't know if that'll work at all, but going after the planet has proven to be a little bit difficult. Neutralize the tile. They've got one left. And oh, we've almost got them surrounded. So many convoy raids. Jeez, the Federation just produces an absolute metric ton of freighters. Alright, what do we got? A heavy war destroyer? Alright, we can work with that. Do you have a fighter on board? Interesting. Oh, no, they're there. Oh, wow, you've got quite a few fighters, actually. 4 of them is not a small number of fighters. I don't think I have enough time to massively overcharge things, but I'll toss an enveloping onto my plasma torpedo, see if that helps out at all. It's not going to be ready by the time we actually get into the battle. Father started playing the Mech Warrior game you do videos for. You have any advice for him? Bulwark is the most useful skill in the base game, as of the last time that I played it. because eventually you're going to get pilots who moving is not going to get you anywhere. The fact that evasion decays is really weakening for how good evasion can be. Like, it feels like evasion should be really powerful in the early game, and it is powerful in the early game, but you're going to start running into lances of like 12 mechs against your 4, and at that point evasion is useless because they just shoot at you enough that it's a problem. So bulwark, bulwark, bulwark. But early game you can be a little bit evasive. I mean, we played Decker being super evasive for a while, and that worked out okay until it didn't. Until he got blown up. Pinpoint damage is very, very powerful, but so are missiles. Missiles are incredible. So the way that missiles run in versus the base game is so much stronger, so you can use them to really make up any sort of deficits you have. Yeah, for some reason it's always Decker. Well, no, the reason has become clear. Because Decker starts out in a light spider, and so everybody keeps him in a light mech, and light mechs are just incredibly vulnerable. And so people anticipate it. Respond! Haha, I made you look. Can I get a phaser? Just a phaser? Thank you. Because I just want to kill him relatively soon. Plasma torpedoes. Wait for the attack ship to go away. Don't get Decker killed. Too late. He's gonna die. So you have no more shields, and you're mostly dead. The USS Sydney. Sorry, Australia. Unfortunately, we're going to be destroying Sydney. We came, we saw it, we blew it up. Oh, and we are also in the intercept position. Wonderful. So we're already in a great position to go after these guys. Alright, maximize the speed of time. We don't need to worry anymore. At this point, the game is won. So we're just going to rush up to the front of the convoy and kill everybody. Plasma torpedoes, we'll keep them on as well. No, we'll put them to normal. No reason to take the extra power. And we'll rely on PPDs. There we go, some of that. Oh, almost dead, but not quite. Long-range phaser fire will do the job, though. Got our first plasma torpedo ready. And that ought to be able to do some nice damages. You're down. It's just running through the convoy at this point. It's like, you really can't do anything against me. Especially with a PPD. Just everything about PPDs is wonderful. Well, actually... No, I actually don't have a pseudo-torpedo to engage you with. That's a shame, because I can't use it. Wait a second, who's firing photon torpedoes? Oh, I didn't realize you were here. I didn't realize you existed. Sorry. Ooh, having a bad day there, are you? And this ought to do... Oh, not quite, but he's pretty badly damaged. But we're just nailing him with our PPDs. So we didn't even realize the Q-ship was there, but now he's gone. What a beautiful sight. Yes, PPDs. Oh, they're my favorite weapon system in this game. Not necessarily my favorite faction, but I absolutely adore the PPD as a weapon system. It just does so much fun stuff that no other weapon really does. The Maulers get close, but PPDs are just fantastic. And slow down. By the way, we're not going to use PPDs on this. Oh, phasers. As we go by. I guess we are going to use PPDs on this. Oh, never mind. Gatling phaser, more than enough. Gatling phaser is probably the best weapon system. The PPD is most fun weapon system. The Mauler is an interesting weapon system. And have I finished? Not quite. But we have got him separated from the rest of the pack. I'll take a scout. Prefer it over the shipyard assault. Just because shipyard assaults are annoying. Want a PPD to deliver him? You might get a little bit burned there. What do we got? Really? This is all? It's an NVL. Alright, so it's a little tiny carrier. So tiny that it's cute. Enveloping. We'll do the whole setup for an actual long drawn out battle. I don't anticipate a long drawn out battle, but we'll pretend like it'll happen. Forward shields, please. Reinforce it. And electronic countermeasures, just in case, and full speed. Because now we gotta just chill as we charge up all of our super heavy weapon systems. In fact, most of our super heavy weapon systems are not even charging. Or maybe it's a the graphical glitch. Yeah, it is, okay. So we're good on that. We're good on that. We got one PPD that was lagging behind. So many fighters, that Q thing... I'd guess 8. Might be 6. I'm gonna guess 8. Let's find out exactly what he's packing. Yeah. He's only a light cruiser. Let's check it out. He's got... Yep, it's 8. But they're only Hawks, so who cares? I'm on a suddenly appearing shuttle. Wait, what? Oh, crap. Oh. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Neutrino. It's been a little while since we've seen you, right? Welcome to the stream. We're currently just kicking Federation butt here. And hopefully I can kill him before the Hawks require me to actually respond. Let's get a phaser. Nope, that's not working. How about that one? Okay. All other phases to overload. Prepare for the Big Owl Alpha Strike. As soon as the Hope loses his defensive capabilities. Oh, there goes my Gatling phaser. Okay, they're gonna hit us. Apparently not. They were going home. Oh no, he's just not doing anything to me. You think the rear-firing PPDs will take him on? Hey, Drakus, welcome to the stream. We're just a little bit into it at this point. And kicking Federation butt at this right now. We're back into an XCB, including the battle where you lost your entire XCB because of confidence. Ah, yes, confidence. Destroyer of all good fleets. And let's light you up with my PPDs, and that might take you out. Oh, I forgot it was overloaded. I was like, wait a second, why is it firing more than 4 turns? I'm like, of course, we set it up to overload at the very beginning. Oh yeah, scout it. Good point. Let's not forget. Activate the deep scan. Phasers engage the fighters, we may as well. We're not here to scan them. Okay, fighters are destroyed. Deep scan is slowly charging. Alright, we have all the required data. Data retrieved. Thank you for the reminder, Josh. Would have totally forgotten about it. Sir, we scanned the burning wreckage. Well, we scanned. It was in one piece when we started. 50, 60s. It's like, it just doesn't go down. Granted, we did take a small detour, but still. How often can we bomb this planet? Hey, it's a light dreadnought. That'll be interesting. Plus a Federation XCB, we have the Hampton with us this time. And it's just a normal PL, so there's no defenses on that planet. Perfect. Let's set things up properly. Again, we're going to go full battle rattle. Overload the Alpha PPDs, plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode, and just wait. I used to let self-destruct count down to 1 or so in this game, then I cancel it just to keep my crew on their toes. We don't want to risk the heavy bombardment cruiser that we cannot replace. Oh, there's a heavy cruiser over there. What kind of battlecruiser are you? He's a BCV, so he's not fun. We'll take on the heavy dreadnought, I think. We'll let the Hampton take on the BCV. I don't want to have to deal with it. Full electronic countermeasures. Give me a forward shield buff. Buff the forward shield, not normalize it. Well, apparently we're both going for the DNL. That'll be amusing. So let's speed of time, because now we're actually in the engagement area. And prepare to fire, and fire. Oh, good accuracy in the first shot. That's going to nail every single one. Plasma torpedoes. Fire the pseudos. And phasers to open them up. Just a little bit. So, he did, of course, Wow Weasel. Or did he? Did anybody see his Wow Weasel? He doesn't. I must have stunned something. I'm not sure what, but he did not deploy the Wild Weasel, despite the fact that Craft stopped. Did I interrupt it by stunning something? I didn't think I had, but you never know. Can I get my Gatling phasers on, please? That might be able to kill him. No, not quite. 29 damage suddenly was not nearly enough. Grant gives me lots of grief for letting the ship blow up so often. Well, somebody's in charge of keeping the ship intact. Who is that somebody? You wanted responsibility, you have it. And, well, that was Ooh, but we are going to get full overloaded blast on here. And nicely opened up there. I could replace all the TOS ships and the odd-looking ones? No, the TOS ships are great. I mean, they give you a sense of progression throughout the eras. That's my favorite part. That's one of my favorite parts about this mod is the fact that there are the TOS ships in the early era. The fact that the Light Dreadnought doesn't have a newer, upgraded model, sure, but the fact that that exists is not a bad thing. The odd-looking ones, yeah, the Federation, the base stock version of Light Cruiser looks terrible, and desperately needs a replacement. I just don't know what way. Can you pull just a little bit further away? Maybe break your turnout just slightly. 8-7, nice. He's pulling back in again. I'm going beneath the speed of your minds. You can't touch me anymore. Stop the shuttle bay before the stop was complete. Yeah, but then he didn't try and do that immediately after. Oh, good moves. I like that. That was smart. Can't keep the ship fixed if you keep running into fire. It's the captain's job to run his ship into fire. Risk, after all, is our business. I'm sure it just had a wild weasel when the ship lights up like his did. Yeah. The ship will change lighting when it does a couple of things for some reason. You just got japed. Juked. Wait for it. You know, I'm just gonna do this. Singleton plasma torpedo, because I assume you have a wild weasel. And you are a carrier, so you probably have a shuttle bay. Yeah, that's what I expected. What? Oh, because you beamed out of mine, wasn't it? Try the other one then. Not quite sure what's going on with these ships and not dumping wild weasels. Bamboozled. I don't even want to look to see what happened back there. There we go. Okay. On to the planet. And maximum power. Feds must be recruiting young captains now. Alright, so let's head on to the planet itself. It's actually undefended, so once again it'll be a nice easy drive in to blast it. The bay was stunned for a good few seconds while Weasel could not launch until the system recovered. Yeah, but I did not fire up on him for quite some time. You've wiped out all the vets? I doubt it. We're still in one tiny corner of the Federation. Like, there is still a very large empire to go. I'll actually show you guys the map after this, because we're taking nibbles out of this empire. To be fair, the Federation is a gigantic empire, so I think it might be the biggest in the game. Could be wrong on that, but it does feel like it takes forever to take on Federation things. Like, the Romulan campaign went on for like 80 episodes. So, and that was because of just, we could not kill the Federation fast enough. 7, 6, pull me to 5, there's 5. Okay, I'll stop. All weapons engaged. Blast this planet into oblivion. 10 Marines left. More plasma torpedoes, please. Plasma torps just take so long to charge. Then again, I don't really have a whole heck of a lot of power. Let me shut this one off. If I do that, I'll end up just hitting the red alert key again. Down 3, down 2. Okay, we're done. Alright, planet taken. Time to notch another planetary genocide. It's not a planetary genocide. We're bombing very specific parts of it with gigantic waves of fire. ISC, definitely the baddies. Oh, absolutely. We are not the good guys. You got Starfleet Command 1 to run like this game? That's cool. Does it have the, does it have, high definition, interfaces? You just can't get this game to run like that? Have you tried downloading the fan patch in the description? And failing that, have you tried bugging the heck out of the guys over at Hot and Spicy and saying, what the hell? Your stuff doesn't work? You're bombing the planet like in Homeworld. Maybe? Nah. I mean, we're not that mean. What do we got? Oh, we got multiple dreadnoughts, but we have a dreadnought. So we've got dreadnought and a CVP, which is not really a dreadnought. And we have 2 DNGs, which we're squaring off against. So we're actually going to have to set this up properly. Which we have been. We just actually have to pay attention again. So forward shields to a maximum value. Reinforce. Give me FPPD overload, FPPD overload, 3s to enveloping because we're going to need it. I must have taken part in the bombing of Dresden. Nothing has worked. I think it's a corrupted disk. Well, you can always get. I think Dynaverse sells the downloads to the game still. In order to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. Yes, in order to completely conquer the galaxy, you have to torch a few continents. Just virus bomb the planet. The new models, HD interface in the game, as well as running at a perfect 60 FPS. Well, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that with Starfleet Command 1. Starfleet Command 1 does have a couple of features that I wish were in Starfleet Command 2. Like the fact that officers gain experience and the like. You know what I hate about eggs? Those little umbilical cords. I think you're eating the wrong kind of eggs, John. Now I want some eggs. We got some incoming fire. How's our shield currently holding at? 9.5 additional points, so here it comes. They hit us a couple of times. We could have immediately tried to dive for evasive maneuvers, but I think we're going to be fine. Slow down. Slow down. I need more power to the plasma torpedoes. I'd make videos, but I have absolutely no following for it. Well, I didn't start with any following. Like, nobody was watching me. And then I started. And then at this point, we're up to, well, there's 13 people watching the stream. And that's good enough for me. I'm here to have fun. Fire torpedoes. Plus, I'm absolute trash, can't play on Admiral. I started on Captain. It wasn't Commodore. I started on a lower level, too. I mean, the only reason I'm at this higher level is because I've been playing for a year and a half now. So, it's not that big of a deal. Besides, people enjoy it. And we're just going to wait for him to lose his defensive shift from the shuttle and lay into him. I suppose you can try that, but I don't think it's going to work for you. I'm talking to the Dreadnought. Oh, and here comes the caveat. Or they're not caveats. They're probably small fighters, but it doesn't matter. There's enough of them to make a difference. I'd watch other... Yeah, see? You've got Jean. He would play other Starfleet Command stuff. The ECM better be at high level. And now we're going to kill him. Fire the overloaded PVDs. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Luckily, it wasn't. A few more. Got him. Alright, so the first of the Dreadnoughts is down. Now let's pull away and try and protect our rear shield, because we kind of need it. You know, except for the... Wait, what? Except for the Romulans. That's a hard campaign. Even with all the strategy I've picked up watching these videos, it's just you get a feel for it after a while. Also, I make tons of mistakes still. I mean, there's a reason why we've gone through like 4 heavy bombardment cruisers, because I do dumb things. And heck, if you were here for the Sunday stream, weren't you? You saw me just get absolutely annihilated by that battleship again and again. I want to see Derek play against some hotshot from the Hot Spicy Forums. No thanks, I'd probably get my ass handed to me. I don't play this game on a competitive player versus player level. I can play it against the AI, but... Like, fight a DNHX? Stop mine feeling... here comes a mine. I'd do it if I didn't end up losing all my non-mirror campaigns. Fly Starfleet Command 1. No thank you. Currently not in a position where that would be in the budget. Take out the London. Aw, didn't do it in perfect fashion. Looks like we're gonna have to rely on plasma torpedoes. Oh yeah, this is shipyard assault. Plasma! Very Romulan. Alright, we're loading into Federation Star Docks, which means missiles as soon as we get within a range of 100. So, nothing too dangerous. Missed the stream. Been mainlining Red Dead 2. Ah, yes. So I hear the popular game that all the kids are playing these days. I don't have a console to play it, so... Yeah, we did a Sunday stream and we played for like 3 hours or so. And like the second half of the stream just ended up being us doing skirmishes against whatever you guys wanted to see. And the first one that we did was we wanted to see if the X-type ships could beat their battleship counterparts. So we did the Federation XCB versus the BBX. And I played as the XCB and just got my ass handed to me again and again and again. Now, I blame the map. I blame the size of the map. Because that map on Hostile Skirmish is tiny. And so I couldn't get any range on it. But at the end of the day, I still did get my ass handed to me over and over and over. So I can't really say too much about how skilled I am because of things like that. And then afterwards, we did the flip side, the BBX versus the XCB with us and the BBX, and we annihilated them in like a minute and a half. Hard to fight because it beats you on both accounts. A little bit. You give and take, you almost had it with a few points. Almost. Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear weapons. Also, I should probably not let him bomb me so much, because I do need to keep the sheep relatively intact so I don't have to go home. You should prove you can be on a bigger map. I don't know how to set it to a bigger map. I should really look into it. I mean, I've got Nuclear Wessel's guide on how to mod things like that, so maybe I can read through that and figure out how to work it. Batch, all the things. We need a little bit of fix going on. The only way it doesn't beat you is aft fighting power. Yeah, a little bit, but you got to get there. That's not easy. Is it possible to stay behind the BBX rather than let it follow you? See, that's a complicated one. If you're behind the BBX, he can fire back at you with his missiles. And so now all of your phasers are having to deal with his missiles, because he's got like 9 of them. And you gotta get there, and he's got way better power generation than you do. Because the BBX, when we finally got into it, we could charge all of our weapon systems and travel at a speed of 12. The XCB can't do that. I mean, it can't move and charge its weapon systems, so... Now without getting drone with a frontal pass and then a reverse turn? Yeah, see, Neutrino's got it. That's the big problem that ends up happening. I mean, if you can get there and be at a range of about, like, 10 or 15 and stick there, but that's impossible to stay there at a 10 or a 15. So the problem with Neutrino is just that you can't keep it ranged with him. Because of the size of the map, you're just forced on top of him. And so there's just no getting away from it. Just stop. Huh, he didn't oh, because he doesn't have any. That works. Just gonna stop here and chill and have a good time, wait for the PPDs to recharge and blast them with that. So yeah, the original plan that we had was going to be just stick a long range and use proximity photon torpedoes. Like, that was the reason why I was like, oh yeah, I can beat a Federation battleship with no problem in an X-Cruiser. Because they're like, oh yeah, I'll stay at range and I'll come back around and I'll shell them and I'll just do exactly what I did for Season 10. Where we were using like a light cruiser and killing heavy cruisers all the time. But when a map's that tiny, he just corners you too easily and you can't get away. You have to pass by him every time you want to extend the range out, and he gets shots on you. And he's got enough shots to hurt you. There was a map in Starfleet Command 1 that allowed you to control the map type. There might be for that in Starfleet Command 2. Although it may just be a multiplayer lobby thing. Like planets and asteroid belts, nebulas, dark nebula. So the guys at Hot and Spicy have actually been working on a specific map generator, which they have asked me to try and mess with, and I haven't. Oh, we've got a Kirov we get to fight. Nice. It's my favorite battlecruiser. Because it's fun. Enveloping torpedoes, please. Let's set our systems up. I think we're still at maximum speed of time right now. Or at least high speed of time. Should be able to take out a Kirov without too much problems. He's got 4 drone launchers, which could be a bit of a problem. Yeah, we're at maximum speed of time. So we'll nail him the same way we nail every other ship. Haha, you can't touch me. Probably shouldn't taunt him. He is, after all, a pretty powerful ship. Although, we are a generation ahead of him. So, yeah, he probably doesn't stand much of a chance. Alright, let's begin the curb stomp. Oh, it's going to be a full salvo, everything hits. So he's lost his forward shields. And now we fire pseudoplasma torpedoes. But we don't tell him that. Don't let him know. And do you react, my friend? Well, he's accelerating. Yep, there's the reaction. Are you seriously letting me onto your stern? You're letting an ISC ship onto your stern. 2 misses. Was that 2 misses? I wasn't paying that close attention. Alrighty. So we're just going to line him up and blast him with enveloping plasma torpedoes. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're kind of missing the shield you need to do that with. So wait for him to speed. There's no point in trying to do a hook shot. I would just be mindlessly styling. Torpedoes! And you have almost no shields. And I'm on your stern, shooting your dudes. A bit more. I'm perfectly happy to be here because you're going to pull away and put me in perfect range to fire my PPDs. He's trying to stay in close. Seriously, dude, it's not working. Give it up. See, that's the cinematic version of PPDs that I always imagined. Just like waves of plasma like that. Officer Poor Steel is drinking, it seems. So it would seem. Normal plasma torpedoes, I don't need the power. There we go. Now I can keep up with it. Oh, so sad for you, but you're down to 3, and we've got you. We did enough damage in enough different bursts that you're just gonna have a really, really bad day. There we go. Ship destroyed. Oh, nice and easy. That's the way I like it. That's not true. Well, no, it is true. It is enjoyable to win, but it's also enjoyable on occasion to have that challenge. I mean, I still hold up that one battle we had against the carrier of the Dreadnought as one of our finest hours. Empire 61? It's gone up? What? How is this possible? Why doesn't the BBX have 5 or 6 PPDs? Because? PPDs are big and they take up a lot of space, I guess? So how is this Empire defense going up? Someone needs to explain this to me. Like right now, because we're trying to take a planet and it's increasing in Empire defense every time we do it. We got a Marak heavy cruiser. Slowly chug along as we wait for whatever the target is going to show up. Someone built a battleship. I'm not interested in Red Dead at all. No? No interest at all. Apparently it's the most popular title to ever be conceived of. Alright, let's cruise on up here and hopefully curb stomp him. He's got fighters, so there's that going for him. He does still defend himself from incoming fire. He's just not very good at fighting. 2 misses. With the double misses. And pseudos. And phasers. And drop a mine on top of them just for fun. Get rid of the pseudos. Go down. And I'm going to fire even though it's a attack shift. Oh, we've got good accuracy. Alright, you're having a bad day. His fighters are coming around, so that's not great. I would like to kill him before that happens. One small nitpick I have about Starfleet Command 1 is when you set your weapon groups, they don't save between missions. Really? Oh god, I didn't realize that was an R. Run. Just defenses. All phasers shoot. Okay, the shield's held. We're safe. And he's mostly dead. So that could have been really bad. I don't even have a console when your housemate works for Rockstar and only been talking about... Wait, you have a housemate who works for Rockstar? That's interesting. I'll have this at one mission, the next mission look at all my phaser 1's keyboards and only phaser 3's. Yeah, that sucks. Really sucks. Although I thought they did save between missions. Although I only played the demo version of Starfleet Command 1, so. Oh, we didn't check to see if that ship had any supplies. Oh, you do. Oh no, you have your housemate. I get it. Yeah, never mind. Ignore me, Captain. I don't enjoy you taking those arc. Hey, it didn't get through the shields. You don't get to complain. Seriously, how is his Empire defense going up? There's something really wrong here. I'm successfully accomplishing planetary assaults, and his defenses grow stronger. I'm thinking there's a bug. What do we got here? Heavy cruiser? Battle cruiser? And it's a Jersey! Oh, it's the best of the battle cruisers. The technically best of the battle cruisers. 6 photon torpedoes. Well, I think you could do better is if the Jersey had photon torpedo X's. And enveloping. And overload these. Just give it additional power. Perfectly happy with that. You need a BBX. The BBX is weaker than the XCB. Like it legitimately is. Because we have more PPDs. And that's sort of the limit that I set for effectiveness on an ISC vessel. We flat out have more PPDs. By which I mean we have 2 that shoot backwards. Which, you know, technically, more PPDs. Alright, Mr. Jersey. You've entered the wrong neighborhood. Oh, by the way, I meant to check this. What are you? Just PL7. Okay, piece of cake. Mission will be easy. You're hard on Josh Gap. He has to fix the shields, too. You don't fix shields, you just wait for them to recharge. Huh. You only barely lost your forward shield. I'll react to this. That's what I thought. Turn away from him. US is green. You passed up a heavy cruiser that had 3 R-torps? Because I like PPDs. Like, that's the easy answer to that. 3 PPD, or this has 6 PPDs on board. Also because, at the end of the day, that's a very... We've done that a lot. It's a very... How do I even put this? It's such a typical loadout. The PBX, I think, might have an R? Or maybe not. The Romulan ones do. But he's talking about... There's a specific heavy cruiser that has 3 plasma R torpedoes on him. And I thought about getting it, and then I decided against it. 6 PPDs versus 3 enveloping R torpedoes. Well, yeah, we'd be able to do siege work easier, but we would have less fun while doing it.
Moderate damage.
Can't Wild Weasel PPDs? Well, you can. So every single time that you generate a defense shift against the PPD has to reacquire the target. So when if we fire a PPD and he drops a Wild Weasel, we have to retarget it.
High energy turret.
Let's get ready to kill him. I think this'll do it. Which makes him miss like hell. Well, it doesn't always miss. I mean, it's not all that vulnerable to that kind of attack shift. It's a really nice, solid weapon. And also, you get multiple pulses to try and nail him. So even if you miss one pulse, you might hit the next few. I think I got you, buddy. It's gonna go out on a limb. Yep. Well, there goes parts of the ship. Let's come back around to the planet. And speedy time. Overload. This is on our enveloping. A nice little trip. But yeah, with an R-type plasma torpedo, it's all or nothing. You either hit or miss. With a PPD, you can hit in pieces. But some damage is always better than none. Most of the time, yeah. PPDs are strong in that if the first beam hits, the other beams also hit, no matter the defense shift. Well, that it can rehook. Like, after you've generated the defense shift, the PPD can reacquire. But if it does rehook, then it nails every single shot anyway. So PPDs are a very solid, reliable weapon. Because each damage chunk that they deal is small, and they deal a large number of them, so your average actually comes out pretty good in most cases. Alright, let's blow up a planet. That didn't blow it up nearly as well as I had been hoping. Do I believe in aliens? I think that it would be very unlikely that there aren't aliens. Because it's a really big galaxy. Hell, it's a really big universe. Don't know why we haven't found them yet, but hey, they've got to be out there, I assume. Like, all the odds tell you. And then, what was it? First contact, if there's nobody else out there, seems like an awful big waste of space. So. Alright, come on, finish grabbing the planet. Just everybody give up, surrender, greater good, all that, frog people, yeah, we got it. Right? We're all good? Seriously? Federation people. They just don't give up. And heck, if this planet goes up in defense, then we know that there's something really weird going on here. Because it has just been going up and up and up. Well, yeah, the captain race on the ISC. They're frog people. We were reading about it on the Sunday stream. Yeah, it went up 5 points. What the hell? I like to think that we're just not worth contacting yet. That we need to go punch somebody and say, hey, pay attention. So, this is an odd bug. The Empire defense of this planet keeps rising. The more missions that we do with it, the more this planet becomes defended. And I'm not sure what to do about it. Do we just keep going up to 100 to see if it'll then wrap down? I think that has to be the plan. Because I want to know what's going on here. It'd be a shame if the game is glitched and the campaign is over because we can't take planets. Aren't that many alien races out there, but there are some. Well, wasn't the one... Didn't somebody come up with a theory saying that just everybody died first? Like it was too easy to kill yourself. So they assumed that most races had destroyed themselves before they became intergalactic species. Are they getting all their defense from the tile above? It shouldn't be possible. The tile above shouldn't be able to grant defense. It just... I'm not sure. What are you? Are you another CVL? You are an NCF. You're a fast cruiser. Interesting. What if the Klingons exist? Then we are in trouble. Let's be honest with ourselves. We've got problems. Enveloping, aft torpedoes, all that. Let's set up this to a full reinforcement and any additional power you happen to have, throw into that. And hey, if we're lucky, we'll destroy this heavy cruiser before he can do anything. Oh, he's got a friend. How cute. So there is a Q ship. There was this one convoy we did one time. I think it was for the Federation campaign. There was like 3 Q ships. And it was like a convoy of just Q ships by that point. So let's nail him now. Ooh, we got a miss. And then we get the consistency. Consistency for the win. Fire pseudos. Phasers to overload. And there's his stop. And we're just gonna slowly trundle on in. The convoy defense was FQLs. 2 FQLs. It'd be weird that we start exploring space and finding water plants just full of life that never discovered fire. That'd be amusing. Let's pull to a stop. I'm trying to encourage him to do something so that we can fire all of our weapon systems at him. 2. Let's go. We're gonna style on him a bit. Oh, hook. There we go. There we go. Nice, decent amount of damage. Oh, cute. Haha, we're traveling too slowly. Don't often get to say that. And your defenses are inferior. Your missiles will not make it through my weapons. Or my defenses. Seriously, it took us way too long to get detailed plasma torpedoes for the ISC. Oh, there's a second one. How cute. Engage with PPDs. You can just accurate fire on him at this point. You can try and run, but you're not going to have any power by the end of this. But armored freighters, I hate the AI bombs you with mines. Yes, it is the most annoying tactic in the universe. I believe I've said that multiple times in multiple playthroughs. I think I named it that at one point. They're utilizing the most annoying tactic in the universe because it's frustrating. Because you can do the same thing to them, it just takes effort that is annoying. Okay, guys, let's back off a bit. First of all, I've got a PPD that's overloaded just for you. No need to crowd. Fireplace, there we go. There we go. Lay it into him a bit. Let's go after this guy. Ooh, we actually really do need to kick off to go after this guy. Because he's way off in the distance. Now the fun thing about this convoy is there's only two ships that we actually need to care about. Yes, nuclear space mines are amazing. They deal hilarious amounts of damage, and you should always strive to use them perfectly. Because if you can blow ships up with them. It's awesome. Hi. Bye. Not you, but you. Hi. You're my primary target. We're actually going to slow down a bit so we can get some weapon systems charged. The depth charge of space. I want a TOS Defiant class. That would be fun. I'm not sure how that would look. Because the nacelles are so closely tucked up. Yeah, the Romulans will get one of those per match. You get it for free at the start of the match, but you only get the one. So... Oh, you tried to stop that and it did not work. Because you were too close, and now I'm going to wait until we turn around and come at you from the other side. You will not survive. None of you will survive. It has been foretold. Phoenix was the TOS Defiant? By design? Wait, the Phoenix as in the ship that Zephyr Cochrane flew to break the warp barrier? Or am I missing a Phoenix? And you are just still alive. You're a trooper. You really are a trooper. Gotta hand it to you. Have that. That's my reward to you. Ship, don't have fighters. I have nothing to do. Well, you command the shuttle bay. Which, unfortunately, because we're fighting a race that doesn't use plasma torpedoes, we don't need. 330 prestige, neutral tile. So he's surrounded by us. I'm taking asteroid base assault. What's your station? Well, people are assigning themselves to their stations, and we just accept that. So Josh wanted to be his engineer, and he was the first one who did. And then Borsteel, he's tactical. Brimmer, I believe, is our helm officer, and Lordell is our air boss. So we still have positions in things like communications and stuff. Alright. Still no targets way out here. Ship's counselor. Yes. The jumpsuit comes for free. And envelop it. Away team captain? You want to... So you would be chief of security? So Maladrook would be chief of security. Does this mean you don't have a first officer? I do not have a first officer, but the first officer is a very special position. Are you sure you deserve it? Let's kick up the reinforcements going on. So that we're not... Oh, you have a battle cruiser with... Or just a cruiser, I guess. Ignore the frigate. Focus the cruiser. Oh, it's only a light cruiser. Interesting. I assume you're, what, 3 phasers and 2 disruptors? 3 phasers, 2 disruptors, 2 missile launchers. Don't forget the missile launchers. That's critical. Stop. Don't do that. Oh, that is true. Be Quartermaster General. 1, 2, 3, 4 pseudos. Wait, did you launch a Wild Weasel? Yes, you did. Okay. It was a little bit unclear with what the heck was going on. Oh, you're a carrier. Interesting. I do have a reshield. Excellent. Ugh. I hate that tactic so much. Are you? Oh, you little creep. He was sending Marines over. I'm not happy about that. You do not defile the sanctity of my ship. So this is why we need a chief of security. Tractor one of them dudes into an asteroid. What asteroid? I didn't see any asteroids. Oh, Scatterback, how cute. Let's go full defense on these phases. We may not need to, but it'd be nice to have. PPD, we're too close for the shot. Alright, now the phase can get involved. No, he's getting away. Whatever will we do? We can make him for the self-destruct. Can we? Just defense. He's got 10 people on board. That'd be a little bit of a difficult grab there. How much are you dealing with? You got 12. Jeez, the crap, so many people on such a small ship. Did you really think you were going to get through that? Oh, speaking of, oh no, you're slightly too close. They're just sitting on top of me, which is slightly annoying. You're getting wrecked? Yeah, right. It's only because he was able to beam on. Our armor is doing just fine. Sure you've seen one asteroid? It's like playing League while watching the stream has never been so fun. Few more hits. you do that again, I'm actually going to send the Marines over and let them do whatever the heck they want to do. Come on. I have plenty of power in space compressor. There we go. So you can get out away from me a little bit, so I can actually fire my heavy weapons at you. I actually got good at that game, just waiting for a season to roll over. I never bothered to get good at League. I enjoyed it a little bit, but then I got bored with it. That's not going to help you at all. Get one plasma torpedo out. Come on. One more tick. There it is. Oh, it's unloading again. Gosh darn it. It's difficult to load all these weapon systems. Who's usually play racing games while watching streams? Play a bird girl who used feathers as their weapon in a game ever. Well, you just lack imagination. There we go. Stop getting shot by disruptors? No. No, it gives us battle scars, which are necessary for stuff. Chicks dig battle scars, didn't you know? That's not it. Interesting.
Diverting power to scanners.
Activate the deep scan. And not seeing up there. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's an asteroid-based assault. I completely forgot the point of the mission. Oh. All right, I don't need this. I don't need this. So that should give me some power. Shut off the deep scanner. I don't need it. How much power do I currently have available for things? 17.5. I can sap that. No problem. Gonna take him a little while. And real DOS puzzle games. Wow. So the asteroid base will hopefully fall to our PPDs, if at all possible. So do we want to keep on playing the ISC campaign, or do we want to do a couple of skirmishes if anybody has anything in mind? Either works for me. We've got about a half hour longer that we're going to be streaming. So we can chill. Maybe find out if we can get this planet up to 100 defense. Which it does seem like we'll probably be able to do. Alright, let's pull down into a nice little parking. 16 and 15. He's not shooting, which is weird. There he goes. Finally decided he was going to get involved in that shooting game. Plasma torpedo. It was great, but no long-term appeal for me. Other games have a long championship that I'm missing. I dare you to reenact Balance of Terror as the Romulans. What would that be? Just a Federation or a Federation CAR versus a Warbird? I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. I don't think. Because a single R-type plasma torpedo is just gonna wreck Federation. There we go, we took out the main mount. Yeah, Maldrick, what would that be? What would the combination be? I was playing Star Trek Bridge Crew. I mean, if my crew completed a mission with 3% hull left. Well, there's still a ship. Gotta give you credit for that. I saw you play as Gorn against the Klingons. Yeah, we did. Did we do that? Oh yeah, the special mission. The well, what was it called? I mean, it wasn't Gorn against Klingons. It was the special mission was Gorn against Romulans, and there was a whole bunch of Romulan frigates and a single Gorn heavy cruiser. 334 prestige. It's staying at 66. Early Federation heavy cruiser versus a Romulan warbird. Your choice of the S or R torpedo. Well, one would make it easier than the other. R-type plasma torpedoes are obviously superior. Lyran versus Romulan. Ah, yes, the bouncy ball thing. We've got a space control ship or a heavy carrier and a heavy cruiser. We're being escorted by the Justicar, which is a carrier, and a light carrier, which is the Benevolent. So you're just heavy carrier. Still dangerous, but just a heavy carrier. Not a space control ship, like I thought. Alright, overload, or envelop. And then these two. Overload. Settle all the systems just in advance. So, We'll do the shipyard assault, and then we'll do a couple of skirmishes then. Tried VR, is it worthwhile? Depends, what do you want to do with it? So I have tried VR, I do not own VR, but I have tried it before. And the question comes down to, what do you intend to do with VR? My laptop is VR ready, but has not tried it. Apparently there's a like a $99 cheap headset. It's got a narrower field of view, but it's got pretty good pixel density. The people over on the DC on Hoggett were talking about it. Alright, let's get ready to run him up. Elite Dangerous and DCS World. Personally, I don't think it's where it needs to be for DCS yet. It's already pretty hard to spot things with the way that currently Eagle Dynamics has the spotting system in DCS World. But everybody who uses it in a DCS World, I've heard, says it's amazing. But when I tried it, the fact that I could see between the pixels was really distracting to me. And the fact that it's nearly impossible to see anything. There we go. Reload. Hi, we're in a really nasty position for you, aren't we? You're gonna have a really bad day. The cost of a decent headset is apparently there's one for like $99. So they exist. You have most of your shields down. That'll work for me. Wow. This is gonna be ugly for somebody. I'm just not deciding who yet for. Okay, that fighter group did not last. So we managed to hurt him quite badly. I'm waiting for next generation VR to play fight sims. Yeah, that's my plan. Also, I need a massive computer upgrade before my computer's VR ready. Like, I just don't have the specs for it. Because graphics cards are so expensive thanks to crypto miners. Ugh, I hate those people. So frustrating. It's like, I would like to upgrade, but no, the price does not come down. Most VR games are shell experiences. There are 10 actual VR games. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they'll get better. But I want to... The reason why I want to get next-gen VR is because of DCS. I want to be able to play that in VR because I hear it's fantastic in VR. Well, I've tested it, but... Prices are coming down a little bit? Yeah, a little bit. But not anywhere... Not in the way that they used to. Not in the way that you could get a previous gen graphics card for a pretty decent price. It's still pretty expensive. So, I'm not super happy about that. But hey, it will get better. Because I hear that crypto mining is not, it's not being cost effective anymore. So, once the crypto miners finally jump off of that, then we'll have our normal graphics price cycle again. No good at DCS, only play with labels? Play without labels. Practice, 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 practice. Also, what do you fly? My laptop is an MS gaming ring, has a 1060 3GB card, and I think flight syncs would be amazing in VR. I don't know about normal flight syncs, but DCS on a 1060 in graphics, on a 1060 in VR would be probably a bit slow. You might have some problems with that. Because DCS is pretty process intensive. Like, ever since they went to 2.5, my computer can barely handle it. And I used to handle the original 1.5 perfectly fine. I forgot my thing is ready to go. So let's... Ooh, accurate. Cool. Fire pseudos. Oh, actually, pull into a parking orbit right here.
Oh, stop.
Ah, darn it. Missed it up. Initial prices seem pretty fixed. Yeah, initial prices are fixed, but the problem is they don't drop down from those initial prices because of the crypto mining. But yeah. Yeah, Brandon, what do you fly? What is the plane in DCS that has your eye? Aside, of course, from the Tomcat. But what are you flying at the moment? Learned the Black Shark and the A10C and the F-18. Stopped playing due to a hand injury. Yeah, I had to stop playing due to a back injury. DCS is somewhat physically intensive. Yeah. It's a good thing, though, that you're currently taking a break from it right now, because the F-18 is in a pretty poor state. The radar is totally busted on it. Although the A-10 is going to be getting, like, a beauty pass soon. So it's going to be getting an upgrade for the new 2.5. DCS is Digital Combat Simulator, and if you're into combat aviation of any type, it is the game for you, unless you're playing Falcon BMS, which is even better. but DCS is more modern. It's free. Comes with the Caucasus region in Georgia, as well as an Su-25T, which is a Russian ground attack aircraft, as well as a TF-51 Mustang, which is a P-51 Mustang with no guns on it. And you can buy different modules to slot into it so that you can fly different planes. It's like super, super detailed. The original, not the original, but the big module that kind of made DCS World into a much more commonly known name was the A-10C, and that module was actually developed for the U.S. Air National Guard as a desktop simulator to help train their pilots. So, and they were then able to start selling that to people. So it's all one big world. There's a whole bunch of modules out for it now. The big upcoming module that has a lot of people excited is they're having an F-14B Tomcat, which will have multi-crew available, so you and a buddy can fly the plane together. So if you haven't seen it, actually, I'm gonna see if I can't link it to my own chat, because that trailer is fantastic. As I slowly cruise on over to this, so we want Tomcat because I'm in love with this trailer. Search. We'll get the Heapler one because it's the good one. Take off the time code.
Great responsibility.
Somebody tell me before I crash into the thing. Control C. Aha, I can link into my own chat. Oops. But yeah, that's the trailer for the Tomcat module, which is coming next, which I am super psyched for. I should probably overload my PPTs. It's a fantastic video. Like, if you're a fan of military aviation, DCS is a great game to get. If you don't have a great rig, another fantastic game is called Falcon BMS. It runs off the Falcon 4 engine, which is a fairly old game, but BMS is a fantastic mod for it, which did a lot to update it. Does this phaser just not shoot forward or something? So, but yeah, DCS is getting more and more popular, mainly because of things like the Tomcat project are coming out. And next month, there's a community mod for the A4 Skyhawk, which is coming out, which is going to be pretty fun. Can we kill the Stardock, please? Is it going to have to go? It's going to be down to the plasma torpedoes. Go plasma torpedoes! There we go. Alright, so I think we're going to go on to skirmishes now. And we wanted to see a Balance of Terror remix, a Lyran versus Romulan remix, and anything else that you guys can think of. Have they not destroyed the other star? Guys, seriously, you're a carrier. How is this not done? And here I was just leaning back, sitting back, and about to relax because I thought they had taken care of it already. Shows how much I know. So let's jump on top of this guy and blow him up. Because you can't count on carriers for anything apparently these days. Super fat ship. This is the biggest one, isn't it? You're the space control ship effect. No, you're just a CVA, I guess. My wallet's about to enter the danger zone. Just watch the 1 minute and already need to change. It's a fantastic trailer, and it's a fantastic plane, and Heapler, they're a pretty decent company. So I'm anticipating a fairly decent release. Alright, so it's holding at 66. So I'm not quite sure what the heck's going on with it. Because we've nailed it pretty hard. So we'll save on that. And then head on to the Skirmish Lounge. Skirmish. Customize. So the first one was Balance of Terror. So are we doing Balance of Terror from the Federation side or from the Romulan side? Who was the one that suggested it? Let's start talking about all this stuff. Hey Maladric, are you still here? Because are we doing Balance of Terror from Federation or from Romulan side first? Let's see. What is technically the Enterprise in Starfleet battles? Both sides. Starting for the Romulans. Alright, we'll start for the Romulans. We'll do it both sides, but we get to do the easy version first. Alrighty, so it is not a commando vehicle, not a Falcon Mauler. None of the Firehawks. Although that would be pretty funny. Oh, was that it? HSE? No, it was not HSE. Is it light cruiser, you think? Got King Eagles. I'm itching to play Supreme Commander. The really big version of the game. Are we back? No, Railhawks, Pioneer Eagles, Scout Eagles, War Eagles. What class do you think it would be? Because it's a fairly small ship, wasn't it? The Romulan vessel was fairly small, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's a good point. We may as well, because we're both starting in early. So we've got the War Eagles. The War Eagles for... Do you think it's the War Eagle, or do you think it's a light cruiser? Ah, no, Warbird, that's what we want. So the normal Warbird... Oh, there's only one Warbird. It was a bird of prey? No choices there. So it is the Warbird? Alright, we'll lock in a Warbird for us. Space dock high. Give yourself... Oh, you really don't have much on the ship. And I think the Enterprise is what, a CAR? Versus Federation. See, we need a CAR, right? Because the CC is the refit, is the Enterprise refit. All right, so CAR versus Romulan Warbird Plus. Let's rock and roll. See what happens.
Battle alert.
All right, we got the USS Enterprise coming in on us now. And we're going to see what kind of speed we can do. The speed we can do is exactly 1. So we're going to need some time while we charge up the capacitor. Although don't anticipate using that phasing capacitor very often. We're going to duck under and use the torpedo as soon as we can. So we need to come up with this addition. Nuclear space mine is what? Shift N or Shift M? Forget what it is. I should have checked. Wait, the pamphlet has... No, I don't think the pamphlet says. But I can check, because it does have... It does have... Oh. Okay, Shift M is to drop a nuclear space mine. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of power now. Unfortunately, we use a whole ton of power when we move. Oh, we have a maximum speed. Are you kidding me? This is gonna get ugly. Oh, welcome, Averin. When did you get here? I missed you. You can never trust the AI to the... Was that the first time you said hi? Welcome to the stream. We're on to the phase where we're just kind of doing the little skirmishes now. Incoming photon torpedo. Haha, you missed. Photon torpedo's half charged. I forgot to check how much the cloaking cost was going to be. Oh, but it's sure to be high. Give ourselves a point of electronic countermeasure. So you can't do something with that. We are not very quick at all. Oh boy. I thought it was a bigger Warbird with a Plasma R. No, if I'm remembering correctly, Balance of Terror was a little tiny ship. So we will fire from about 15. I think that might bait him out. He's only got 2 shuttles, if I'm not mistaken. We no longer exist, as far as you're concerned. You gonna respond to that? You gonna react to that? He reacted. Oh, that's what we wanted. Are those your missed photon torpedoes from the other day? Apparently. Alright, so let's just get ready to wreck his face. Now, we're actually in a good position to do this. Come on, a cloak. Plasma torpedoes. Now, the one problem we're going to have is that we have a maximum speed of 5, it appears. Which is a problem. And hook. 24 damage. Cloak. Get away from him. Cloaking away. So we're going to get back under. We're going to slow down. And we can charge at this speed, it looks like. And one of the things we could do is nuclear space mine him. So we already punched through, done 24 damage to him. And if we can get around to his stern, he's only got, I believe, the one phaser one that can defend. Hi, what you gonna do with that one? Can I increase my speed by 1? I can, okay, so we can't go at 4 while charging, which is good. So we need some distance, we need to bait him out a little bit more, we're gonna use our own mine. We have a 100% chance we're high energy turn, which should be good. As long as we stay under cloak, we should be fine. We don't want to decloak just about yet because it would be very dangerous for us and something we don't want to pursue yet. Could just start laying a big minefield against him. How many mines do I got? Let's check. I need combat officer. 7. Oh, we got a ton of mines. Use them! Yes, the nuclear space mines are blue when you deploy them. So our R-type plasma torpedo is about to be ready. Miss us with another photon torpedo. Good. We are not very nimble, though. We have a very big maneuverability problem. Oh, you're coming around. Are you going to pass over me? Because that'll work really nicely. Is this why the Romulan campaign took 80 episodes, the cloaking? I mean, partly. It mainly has to do with the fact that plasma torpedoes recycle every 3 turns. So... Alright, so I need to wait until after he fires his forward phasers before I can decloak. And you're about to have 2 more available to you. Hi. I'm going to be right on top of you. Okay, you managed to hit me, but it wasn't for much damage. And keep him on the front arc. Keep him on the front arc. Decloak. He's lost all of his weapons. Alright, plasma torpedo. We can't fire from this range. We'll end up hurting ourselves far too badly for it. But we have a little bit of time before his weapons are ready. So wait for that range to open up. A little bit more. Come on, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Fire. He did still have a wild weasel, but that's his last one. I love this patch from Starfleet Command where the red is actually red and not light pink. Right, let's get some forward shield reinforcement because we kind of need it. Oh, duh! Why wasn't I thinking? Hurry, hurry, hurry! Come on! No, it's not going to happen in time. I was going to dump a nuclear space mine on top of him. He might have another wild weasel. I think he's only got 2. I think the stock heavy cruiser only has 2. Oh, he hit us with that one. Yes, it's USS Enterprise. And this actually is going to flash us a bit, which is not great. Okay, plinking away, not doing much. God, that looks good. Does that not look good? This game still looks wonderful, even though it's like 17 years old. So our cloak is our primary weapon. We just need a little bit longer to fully charge that R-type plasma torpedo. I don't think he's got another shot, but even if he does, our pseudo torpedo will be ready for our second salvo. And so that'll allow us to pseudo him to bait him out. You're rooting for the Enterprise? Why, John? You're on this ship. Starfleet Command 1 is older than you are. Oh, it's a good game though. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've seen this one before. Holy crap. That's gorgeous. This game is fantastic. Not me, it's a garbage scout. And decloak. Plasma torpedo. Prepare to fire the pseudo. Oh, it's not yet ready. It's barely not ready. Do we wait for it? I don't think we can afford to. Fire the torpedo. And we're through. Alright, so he doesn't have any more. I mean, we've burned him out of wild wheels. We are not capable of going very fast, though. Which is a mild concern. Does have an attack ship to 1. He is right behind me. Give him more mines to play with. Yeah, you gotta respect the mines, don't you, Kirk? Can't just bowl through them, you know. I don't need many hits to really badly hurt you. I'm gonna ally myself with the winning side. Where's your loyalty? Glad my old man played this game, otherwise I would never known about it. It's a really fun game. You should try it. Well, you do try it, I believe. Same with Supreme Commander. He's going in wide. I'm gonna drop another mine just to preempt this. Because I want to be able to hide behind my mines for a couple of turns. Because now that he no longer has Wild Weasels, we can command this engagement. Our Plasma Torpedo has a great range, so we're in a good position. If we want to hide behind mines, we're in a much better place to do that than he is. So mines are ready. Let's not lose tactical picture. Look at our little Romulan mine. It's the Romulan minefield. So if we lay one here, we've completed a circuit. But he's coming in fast and hard. He wants it. He wants it badly. Oh, we've already taken out one of his phasers. I didn't even realize that. I wish I had the Tholian. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be pretty fascinating, wouldn't it? I can turn inside this mine. I believe in it. I'm gonna do this. Drop it. Plasma torpedo. Fire the pseudo. Let's bait out anything that he's got. We're heading for our own mine, I am very much aware. But that's okay. Because we can turn away from it. I believe. Oh, stop reversing that turn. Just avoid the mine. Oh, never mind. We're going too slow to hit our own mines. Duh. Can't get one. I can't get any of my friends to play it? Oh, that's a shame. It's such a great game. It's fun, it's easy to get into, but if you want to spend a lot of time to learn it through and through, it can be very difficult to master. It's a really great game. Like, they designed something really solid here. Because it's simple. I mean, you can just drive around full speed and spam Z all you want. But if you want to really take some time to get it really learned, you can also do that. That's the big one, by the way. Don't let him know. Come on, more power, more power. Get me out of this before, so we can activate on top of him. Oh, are we going to get outside the range? Come on, come on. Go blue, go blue. Yes! Ha-ha!
They have taken moderate damage.
To be fair, we took a pretty bad hit on that one, too. And it almost destroyed the experimental R-type plasma torpedo. But we nailed Enterprise with a nuclear space mine. Ha! Oh, I feel very happy about that one. He's coming in nice and tight on us. He wants the shot. But he's having trouble. We can only do a speed of 5. But he just called the game bullshit when he got destroyed. Well, you gotta start him on the easy level and you gotta give him the Marak. The experimental R-type plasma torpedo looks like I joined a fun time. Yes, you did, Sean. We are doing skirmishes at this point, and the first one of the day is the recreation of Balance of Terror. So we are in the Romulan Warbird, and this is the Enterprise. Yes, Jean, you missed... That's what you get for not being loyal. You miss cool things. Like the nuclear space mine, which also blew open our rear shield. But it was worth it. Okay, we need to get some distance from Enterprise, because I need to dump a plasma torpedo on him. And I don't want to do that when I'm anywhere near him. Alright, let's get ready. Coming out of the cloak. Perfect. Haha. I think that's what, the third or fourth plasma torpedo we've gotten on him? We've taken some damage, but he's taken way more. Oh, he doesn't have any stern. Well, he does have. He's got 2 stern-firing phasers, but only directly stern. The basics are hard to master at all, but the different systems still take time. I've played the game for some time. I still wonder how best to spend your power on whatever works at the time. The cute earlier in that fight. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, technically he does outmass us. But Balance of Terror was an interesting combat scenario, and it's one I think we can win. Even especially as the Romulans, to be fair. Because the Romulans just have so much firepower to them. I would get so frustrated fighting this. No, you gotta... The early era has some really interesting technical fights. Like, the first episode of the Marak campaign we just started, that first battle against that light cruiser was such a technical battle, and I felt so proud of myself for pulling it off. Because early era You don't ever really get this past the early era because you've got to manage power so carefully. You've got to manage your decisions on when to go in and when not to perfectly every time. Otherwise, you just start running into problems. So do we decloak and phaser? We do. We're also going to have an opportunity to shoot him in a fairly weak position. Come on, give me a shot. Give me a shot before he got... Yes, that's what I needed. And plasma torpedo. Oh, he's at 2. He's at 2. Don't move anywhere. Aha, just outside the range where it'll take splashback. There we go. That's Enterprise. All right, so we got Enterprise. The balance of terror should have been won by the Romulans. We've learned this. Okay, and now from the flip side. So now we cycle 2 all the way around. And are we on the right area? Technology error early. Select. CAR. And advanced. Romulans. And it was a light cruiser. The Warbird Plus. And we did not give the CAR any extra stuff, but we gave the Romulan ship all his extra stuff. So we're going to do the exact same thing because we want to make sure this is fair. Although I am curious, just incidentally, how many shuttles... No, so he could have had 2 more shuttles, and the fight would have lasted longer. It's good to learn the game in the early camp, as there are less things to concentrate on how complex ships are. You're moving too slow to mine out of cloak, therefore you wouldn't be able to tractor you. Now blow up the mine yourself? What? Feds need a tractor and flash. Yes. Yeah, tractor flash would have been the way to go. Red alert and increased speed. We have detected some odd things out here in the neutral zone. Let's get up to speed. How fast can I actually get this boat? Not bad at all. Alright, we need to immediately begin construction of our 2 Wild Weasels because they will be critical to our success. And also, hopefully, we can start nailing him from a long range. Such a slow ship, though. It's an incredibly slow vessel. Not the Enterprise, the Warbird. So you really have to rely on that cloaking device. Otherwise, you're just totally screwed. Okay, phasers, photons, phasers, photons. We're good. Just, this ship is just... Look at it. This is what the game can do. As we fly in front of that gigantic nebula of awesomeness. Yes, I'm going to do a full-on beauty pass here because it's too good not to. Love this game so very much. You can de-bomb a mine in front of you on the Romulan and run it over to blow up. Yeah. The problem is you got to time that really good, otherwise you end up blowing yourself up. Because your shield's down, and so you take damage, and it's not fun. Alright, photon torpedoes to proximity mode. Let's begin to depth charge this sun. I think I want power into the engines. And then I also need 8 points of power for photon torpedoes after they fire. Because you charge for 2, hold 1. So I only need 4 points of power. Alright, let's get on in here and nail them with the proximities. Long range fire. 2 good hits to start with. Nukes can only be dropped out of the shuttle bay. Yep. That means you got to time them absolutely perfectly, which was one of the reasons I was so thrilled that we managed to nail the Enterprise with a nuclear space mine. I didn't think we were going to be able to pull it off. Perfect. We have just enough power to be cruising along at a speed of 20 while charging photon torpedoes and a Wild Weasel. We'll be able to do 21 once we're done with that. So we're just going to keep him at range and shell him. Because if we can maintain an accuracy of 2 photon torpedoes every time, we're just going to break him. Although, does this map feel bigger to you guys than... No, it's still the same little phone booth. Alright, so both Wild Weasels are ready. We have our emergency countermeasures now available. Although we have to keep in mind, of course, that the experimental R-type plasma torpedo only fires in a narrow forward arc. So if we get behind him, we can be quite deadly. Also, our phasers should be able to provide a modicum of defense. Yep, they're already set 2-point defense, which is excellent. And he's begun his light skirmishing fire. Photon torpedoes are ready again. We're going to turn back in. And get me within a range of 30. Photon torpedoes away. Another 2 hits. And we pull away. Can't remember if the damage is 25 or more. It's more than that. The nuke, I think, is 50 damage. It's huge. Because it completely tore through his rear shields and did like 30-something damage to him. So the nuke is a very powerful weapon. So we're just going to pull on away. Unfortunately, this is how this fight's going to go. This entire fight will go exactly this way. Because he's outside of our range to do anything. The AI is not smart enough to cloak. And we're just going to hang out at 30 and shell him until he's dead. So we're going to dive back in. Jump to 30. Okay, close enough. Oh, I think we nailed every single one of those. And we're also going to make sure that we set up a shield reinforcement. We don't have much power for it, but hey, anything's better than nothing. So, classic Federation domination maneuvers. Just stick at range, shell them until they can't do anything. This is what I wanted to do to the BBX yesterday. Or not yesterday, but Saturday. I wanted to basically hang at range and just dump photon torpedoes on him and then run away again. Because technically in forward armament, the XCA is superior to the BBX. Because it has the equivalent of 12 photon torpedoes versus the BBX's 8. So just continued high-speed passes and not ever risk getting anywhere near him. And he can't catch me. I mean, his maximum speed is 5. He cannot go any faster than that. Ooh, missed every single one. Let's see if we can't bait this shot out. Because I'm fairly certain we can run away from it. You gonna chase me? Come on. Not gonna get that close. Oh, you're gonna let me in on your stern? If you're gonna let me sit here on your stern, I'm definitely gonna do it. No, fuck. Get some distance. He's cloaked. Okay, so now we've forced ourselves to have to sit here for a while. And burned off. Come back in. Photon torpedoes. Set on the tractor beam. Torpedoes to normal mode. F1. Slow down the speed of time so I can actually do this. So way down. Oh, he's actually doing just fast enough in order to trigger the mine. If he does that, I can actually cause him to trigger his own mine. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab you and you're going to hurt. That was a high energy turn that he didn't use. Come on, pick him up on the tractor beam. Good, fire. I don't know why the tractor beam didn't trigger, but it didn't. Oh, did we knock out the R-Type? Yeah, I think we took out his R-Type plasma torpedo. He's helpless. I missed it. Yes, we destroyed the Enterprise. We used our R-Type plasma torpedo to utterly break it. I don't think we fired our phasers once, and then we just used the R-Type plasma torpedo to destroy him. Flash tractor overloaded. No point at this point. He doesn't have an R-Type plasma torpedo. So we may as well just enjoy circling around him and using phasers. Repel beam too strong? I didn't think he had enough power for a repel beam. But maybe. Although I do need to get onto his stern if I want to do this. So let's continue to maneuver around his stern. He's not moving, so he's got no power. We took out his energy. I mean, we've already done almost 50 damage to him. Yeah, we got him hooked now. He's trying to turn, but it's not going to help him. Slow down. Just going to hold you for a bit, little guy. Photon torpedoes on normal. Really? You missed even at this range? We're hooked to him. Yeah, he's dead already. Like, if we really wanted to do this, we could set to, He does have repair parts, so he could fix it. But I don't think he'll be able to fix it before I can blow him up again. Oh, he's fixed the R-Type plasma torpedo. Cut the tractor beam, please. So he fixed the R-Type plasma torpedo. I want to be moving now. Don't want to be in front of him as long as he's got that thing. But I think we broke it again. Good. There we go. The structures are down anyway after the first pass? Oh, okay. So piece of cake. The Balance of Terror is much easier from the Federation side, simply because you can just sit at range and blink him and then go in and gut him. Alright, and then it was what? Lyrans versus Romulans. What should we do as Lyrans versus Romulans? Like, what should be the challenge? Because it should be something with reasonable firepower. Early era? Or is that Cougar Tug? Yeah, that's out of era. Bengal Tiger Command Cruiser. 3 light cruisers versus a Romulan dreadnought. From the early era? We might be able to do that. Do Romulans even have an early era dreadnought? They do. Oh, no, they don't. They have a monitor. Romulans don't have an early era dreadnought, so it can't be that. Right, let's take a look at the Romulan dreadnoughts. Oh, do you mean like the full-on... You don't mean the King Condor, do you? Klingon battleships, dreadnoughts. There we go. You don't mean this sucker, do you? Because that's a lot of firepower right there. Three light cruisers. What can I do with that? Well, clearly we're going to have to pick X ships. I think we pick X destroyers because they have the best chance of getting through. So we'll go XDDs. The King Condor is devastating and terrifying, and we're going to die. I don't anticipate us being able to defeat this. Because King Condors are just, well, terrifying. We're going to leave everything stock because I don't feel like setting everything up. Alright, let's get going. Oh, look at it. It's huge. It's gigantic and powerful, and we can't beat him. No, we won't. We're gonna die. I know exactly what this ship can do. I spent over 40 episodes in this ship. Oh, we have pseudo-frigates. How cute. He has pseudo-frigates too, except his pseudo-frigates have plasma torpedoes, and ours do not. So... this is the only Lyranol design I like. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. So our pseudo-frigates have deployed. Okay, we got one. Unfortunately, he managed to destroy one of our pseudo-frigates. I really need to set up my weapons groups, like, right now. 1 is phasers, 2 is disruptors, 3 is ESG, 4 is ESG lance, and the heavy phasers. Okay, good. We're set. Tiger, burning bright. Yeah, we're gonna die. We're already dead. Fighter's been destroyed. The funny thing is, those fighters are almost the size as we are. Watch and learn. Haha! We took out his forward shield, dump a mine, and pull off. And cloak. Oh, we even hit him with the ESG. Oh, we got in underneath him before he could bring his plasma torpedoes up. We have half a chance. 3 new stars. By half a chance, I mean we're about to die horrifically because I didn't do this. 38 damage on through. But here it comes. Wait, what? How did those plasma torpedoes not hit me? ESG to 0, please. And I do have the lance blade, so I'm gonna high energy turn. I need to get the bow on. Because I need to punch through. Maybe he hit himself, it looks like that. I don't know what else happened. Another shield gun, jeez! How is this happening? While on patrol, the Lyran defense fleet detects a while investigating their rise by decloaking the Romulan dreadnought. What the hell? How? What the hell? I didn't think that was possible. Alright, last fight of the day is going to be the reverse of that. And we're going to see what the hell's going on here. Because that shouldn't be possible. That is, at the end of the day, just... That shouldn't be possible. Give me... I gotta go through the monitors, don't I? Give me the KCNX. And set up the enemy Lyrans as XDDs. We're gonna see how that goes. That should not be possible. I don't know how that happened. Like, we just gutted him. Completely and totally. Triple XD, KCN. Lance has cool visuals. I put 1 bar of Latinum on.
All hands to battle post.
Alright, let's get this sorted. Okay, plasma torpedoes I am going to not envelop. Well, maybe I should. I have a lot of power for it. Hang on, let's see if I still have my settings set. Phasers, plasma torpedoes, plasma Fs, plasma Rs. Holy crap, I remembered them. Alright, so phasers to overload, plasma torpedoes to... Will we have time for enveloping? It's 3 turns. Maybe. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk the 3-turn investment for enveloping plasma torpedoes. Alright, so... If this works, I'm going to be pretty gosh darn impressed. Shields up to a forward reinforcement value of whatever the heck you can possibly manage. Electronic countermeasures go full 6. Lances always hit, though. So let's increase the speed. Yeah, I'll have the time under cloak. But I'd like to be able to open them up with an initial barrage. We're going to launch our pseudo-frigates in defense mode. Because they do have a lot of ships on support. So how much power do I currently have in the shields? A lot. I have a lot of power. I thought that I would be able to... that he would kill us just with his phasers. And when that didn't happen, I was very surprised. They've left their pseudo-frigates behind, so every kill on an XDD is a kill on a pseudo-frigate. First turn down, they're almost on top of me. So there is that. But I do believe our plasma torpedoes have a fairly large... no, not the Rs. The Rs are very narrow. They're frontal arc only. A little bit more than half turn. We need 1 more turn. Let's see what we can pull off on this one. First plasma torpedoes away. Oh yeah, good point. Let's do that. Let's buy us a turn. And on you... Let's see if that bought us a turn. Oh, I think it did. It bought us a turn. Yep, we won. High confidence we won. He's accelerating. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here. Play with this. And you. Oh, you're not dead. Okay, play with this. Put a nuke in their faces. No can do. Ooh, they're surviving. That's not good. And they're damaging my shields quite heavily. Wow, these little ships. Come on, give me a phaser barrage. That should be able to take them out. Oh, they punched through my shields already. Oh, they punched through the forward shields too. Holy crap. So we are getting badly beat on. So let's get some speed going on here. Plasma torpedoes in normal mode. I don't need the enveloping anymore. And hi, Marines. Give me 1 more salvo of phasers on him. Oh, you put the shields back up. Of course we're slow as hell. We're a battleship. We expecting from us. Super high-speed maneuvers is not what we do. We wade into battle. We do not cruise into battle. Although I do need to get him off my stern, because he's causing way too much damage to me. I don't think I have much available at the moment. There we go. Marines, go. Oh, we may lose this. Have we secretly discovered the most OP fleet setup? Is it just a whole bunch of Lyran XDDs? I'm way behind on chat, so sorry, but... Oh, we got him. He's done. He's damaged, but he's not dead. Oh, that's scary. Just fix all the phasers. Maybe it'll work. Do I have anything else? Not really. Target captured, by the way, so no, because he's pretty much at full health at this point. We are not. Alright, so we've lost that, and we automatically lose our cruiser. Whew. That was interesting. I'm pretty sure there's a way to beat that. One of the difficulties is the fact that they can use their ESGs to knock you out of cloak, which is quite powerful. But that's how long. I thought you were going to jump to the other one. Nope, couldn't do it. You did way better than the 8, I know. Well, I took out one, captured another. If I had gone for the capture attempts earlier, I would have been much more effective. I think that would have won the battle. Also, not spread the fire in that initial salvo. Initial salvo, everything on one. Knock out the shields on another, beam over teams on him. That would have taken the first guy out of the fight and the second out of the fight, and by that point, I can probably beat him with phasers alone. Second salvo would have knocked him down too. So that would be the solution to that fight. But that's actually all that I had planned on streaming today. We've been doing for about 2 hours and 20 minutes almost. So not a terrible stream. I think we did pretty good. Try with hydrants next time. Next time. Save it for next time. That's what I wanted to see, ESG versus Cloak. Maybe next time. But yeah, that's going to be the stream for today. If you're new to the stream, we do Starfleet Command and Battletech on this channel. If you're interested in 1980s board games that got turned into computer games, well, that's pretty much what we do around here. We just recently started a brand new series for both the Starfleet Command. We are beginning the Merak Star League, and we just started Rogue Tech for Battletech. So if you like either of those series, or if you don't know what they are, check them out. See if they're your kind of thing. If you like the stream, they probably are. And yeah, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. What would you like to see in the streams, either for skirmishes or factions that we play as, or games that we even play? Let me know in a comment down below, and I will see you all in the next episode.